Good evening and welcome to Huron High School. My name is Bonnie Kidd and I'm one of the choir directors here. And I will be your announcer for tonight's program. To all of you in this audience who are administrators, teachers, current and former students, parents, friends, and family, thank you for coming to celebrate the 42-year teaching legacy of Dr. Richard Ingram. So many of us call him by different names, such as Doc, Dad, Grandpa, Rick, friend, mentor, Richard, Mr. Ingram, Mr. Rick, just to name a few. Tonight, we are going to see, hear, and feel the impact that Doc has had on a countless number of lives. We will hear from colleagues, friends, family, and former students, both present tonight and some far away. We will also have the opportunity to witness Doc doing what he loves the most, conducting his choir, as many of us offer tribute by singing in the mass choir at the end of the program. We actually practiced today for 2 hours together, and it's going to be a very special performance, I promise. I now have a few personal words to say about my good friend. Rick and I have been choir partners here at Huron High School and at Interlochen Choir Camp for the past 24 years. How do I summarize 24 years of friendship, collaboration, and our teaching partnership into 5 minutes? To have worked alongside someone like Rick for this long creates a bond that can never be broken. Both my husband, Bob, and Rick's wife, Susan, have often commented on the fact that it seems as though Rick and I see one another more often than they see us, due to all of our field trips, overseas trips, and multiple choir events. I came to Huron in the fall of 1993 as Ruth Datz, and you're going to see a picture of her tonight. Ruth Datz, founder of the Huron Choral Program, was just retiring. That was in August. Guess what? Choir camp occurs in August. So I was in the right place at the right time, and that August became my first choir camp. I immediately began to comprehend the impact that Rick has had and has on the lives of his students and their families. Watching him conduct, mentor, offer a kind shoulder through difficulties, teach with strength and honor, and the fact that he is immensely gifted at both singing and conducting choirs were my first true examples of what it is to be an excellent educator. Rick is immensely dedicated to his students, friends, and family, and the impact that he has made on my teaching is without measure. His family and my family have been friends for all of this time. My son Sam, who first started coming to camp when he was 8 months old in a pack and play in my cabin number 1 in junior girls. Yes, and I still live in cabin number 1. Always called Rick Mr. Rick, and the two of them were tight then and are still good friends. Sam started singing in our choir at camp officially when he was 10 years old, right there alongside our high school kids. Sam sang for Rick at camp through his middle school and high school years and sang 2 musicals here at Huron, even though he was also in the Pioneer High School choirs and a cappella choir for 4 years. Yes, I had to live both purple and green and gold, and that's okay. Rick meant that much to him. Through his daily example, Rick has shown me what it is to be a true teacher of children. I have learned that not only is it important to be excellent in your craft, but it is also important to care about your kids and truly want what is best for them. He has shown me that this is often done through tough love as well as tenderness, and always having the very highest of expectations for your students. It is also done through listening and being willing to make time for your students as well as their parents. We both have had the highest respect for each other and always have. There are very few examples of choral conducting teaching partnerships that have stood the test of time as Rick's and mine has. That is due in part to the fact that we value each other as musicians, teachers, and people. And we have spent the better part of 2 decades learning from each other. Rick is also one of the founders of the Ann Arbor Youth Chorale. The Ann Arbor Youth Chorale just completed its 30th season, 11 years ago, when Rick and I were on a plane to Verona, Italy, and you'll see some photos from that. With a cappella and bel canto choirs, he told me he was retiring from AAYC and wanted me to take over, because of course I needed another job. Well, I did, because I love kids, and I wanted to continue his legacy with that organization as well. We are still growing strong, and Rick and Susan come to every concert to honor the children and support both Mrs. Powell and me, the 2 conductors. That is the kind of person that Rick is. Here at Huron, the music staff shares one office. For some, this would be a nightmare. But for us, we have made it work. We have thrived here. No, truly we have. We have thrived here in being able to hear each other's conversations, sharing our good times and our bad times, and everything in between. Rick supports our staff, Mr. Crone, Ms. Hendricks, Mr. Roberts, Mr. Goodman, and me, and always has been there to offer help when needed. He is the backbone of our department. Rick and I have laughed together, cried together, argued together, shared our innermost desires for our young singers, and because of these things, I am better at what I do. As I have watched Rick clear out his office these past few weeks, I'm having a hard time imagining what it's going to be like around here without him. His legacy to Huron High School, the music department, and especially the choirs, will always be present. He and I and our families will go on being great friends. I will call on him when I need help, or to bounce an idea off of him, or just want to talk about what's going on around here. As I have so often said to him, I have your number and I know where you live. Rick and I have always ended our Saturday voice class at Interlochen Choir Camp by singing the great duet from West Side Story, One Hand, One Heart. You will hear a bit of this later in the program. I will always remember the faces of our kids in the audience as they watched us singing that piece together. As our teaching partnership comes to an end, our friendship will remain. Thank you, Rick, for your caring, your nurturing, the many lessons you have taught me, and for allowing me to share the amazing choral program at Huron with you all of these years. I promise I will do my best to continue your legacy and help my friends in the music department to thrive just as you always have. Thank you, my friend.